Hey guys, episode 2 of my book documentary. So, if you haven't seen, I decided to write a book, and for many reasons, I've decided to also document my process. In part to keep me accountable, and also just to share and inspire. And so, every 2 weeks, I'm going to be checking in, and so it's been 2 weeks. And, first of all, you might notice from the first video, the office slash homework room is looking much better because you know what happens when you have like big things you're trying to do. Like you get everything else done except for what you're trying to do. So, good news is, I focused a lot of time on sort of getting this whole office and homework room updated. But I did want to jump on and give you sort of the two biggest lessons that I've learned over the last couple of weeks, because I think they'll really apply to a lot of you as well. And before I do that, the first thing I want to say is, I saw a post that really made me take a deep breath and step back. And it was, something around the fact that, a lot of people are talking about doing big things during this time and starting new things, but some people just need to rest and to get through this, and that this is a pandemic. And it really hit home. The last thing I want to do is stress people out, right? And be like, oh my gosh, like she's also writing a book and she's doing all these things and I can barely like keep my laundry done. And I want you to know that that's okay, and that I'm struggling too, and I'm imperfect, and I'll share some of the things I've learned. I don't want you to think that you are any less of a person if part of your strategy is just to survive and rest and relax. In fact, I think for many people, that's the most important thing you do. So with that said, I thought I'd share two things that sort of hit me in the last few weeks as I've been working on this book. And so first, share progress. I've got kind of a messy outline, and I call it a really, really rough draft of 2.5 chapters, which, one thing you get taught is, the most important thing to do for writing something like a book is just to write. And like, one thing I heard once is just make it a shitty first draft. And I just keep thinking about that, because I will tell you, when I first started to write down words, like I write a lot of blogs, I write for Business Insider, I usually things just pour right out of me. And I think there's something about, oh, this is going to be a book. Like I keep pausing, and is this the right words? And do I need a fancier adverb and all this crap? And the reality is, like, you just have to write something really crappy. Every book that you read did not start out that way. It started out with just crap on a page, and then you refine it and refine it and refine it some more. And so that's not lesson number one. Lesson number two is one that I admit I've learned nonstop since I've gone out on my own entrepreneurial. And it's this constant, I don't want to say battle. I guess it is kind of a battle where I don't know how to write a book. So I did a 2-day course. It was amazing. It taught me so much. I, read up online, I get free things. And then I go to do it, and just something doesn't feel right. And so one of the things that I just keep going through is that my whole thing is about authenticity. I tell people all the time, like, I don't do normal. And yet every time I learn something new, I learn it so literally, and then I try to apply it. Like, here's how you're supposed to do the outline, and here's what you're supposed to put in each chapter. And then I get stuck, and I can't figure out why I'm stuck. Is it that I'm lazy? Is it that I need to like go for a run and think? And then I realize, no, it's because I am not applying my own authentic creative process to it. And I can't even tell you how many times I've been through this, whether it's developing an online course, my website, you name it, videos, what have you. And so it was interesting. I went on a run a couple days ago, and I was kind of hitting a little bit of a roadblock. And Glennon Doyle, who's one of my favorite people, she's an author, just released her third book. Well, at least her third book that I know of. She may have others, called Untamed. And she talks with Brene Brown about how she literally wrote the book twice. And the reason she wrote it twice is that she got done writing sort of the first draft, the first manuscript, And a friend, Liz Gilbert, just a little friend of hers, just a little writing friend of hers, Eat, Pray, Love, if you don't know who she is, read it and was like, it's okay. And but they both realized, and I think really Glennon realized more than anything, is that she wrote a book about being untamed that was very tame. And I was so happy to listen to that podcast because, I came back and it like broke open for me. I'm writing a book that authenticity is a key thread for. I need to have the book feel authentic. I have to write it in my own authentic way. I have to learn from other people, like what worked. I don't want to be stupid. I don't want to like make a piece of crap book, but I have to do it my own way. And I have to trust my creative process. A coach once told me, like when I was struggling with something, like trust your creative process. So that's number one. When you learn things, and ironically, the book is really all about creating a whole new path for success, one that is different than other people have told you is the right way to do it. And yet I found myself sort of first pass, like writing it like I should. And what I want to tell you, and I'm going to tell you more and more and more as this book comes onto paper, is that you got to do things your own way. You have to learn what worked for other people, but you have to apply your own magic pixie dust. You have to think back, like what has made you successful? What has charged you up? What is a time where you were really, really good at something, and why were you good? Was it because you were in a different setting when you developed it? Was it because you used a different tool? Was it a different mindset? What is it that's made you successful? What sparks you? What charges you? And stick with that and apply that to the things that have worked for others, but do it your own way. So that was number one. Number two was interesting. I actually went out we have a private Facebook group for our podcast. And if anyone wants to join, it's on Facebook, Because Podcast. So the letter B space CAUSE. And it's just a killer group of people with just incredible energy. And we post all the time. We ask questions. And I posted, instead of just the normal quotes that are a lot of times in books, I thought, wouldn't it be fun if we had quotes from like music? Because I'm all about frequency. I'm all about raising people's frequency. Like I always say, it's not necessarily all the things I say, it's how I make you feel. And what better way to do that than music? So I just posted like, what are your favorite songs you listen to get you through a tough day at work? And oh my gosh, like the ideas continue to flood in. The post has like 60 comments already. People lit up. And so I kind of joked, I think maybe this book project will be more like, I'm going to develop like a mixtape and there just happens to be a book attached to it. The lesson is that, first of all, people really want to give you input and they want to engage, but they want to do it in a way that fuels energy. Like it's not just about learning and applying principles. It's about finding that way to raise your energy. And we all know music does that. And it lights something in somebody. And so I'm super excited that I've been writing them all down. I've got everybody's names, all these music ideas. And so I'm so happy I asked the question. I'm going to continue to ask those questions. Like, what gets you through work? What songs, what frequency, what energy gets you through? And we're going to share that. This book is going to share not just the boring 1, 2, 3. It's going to share energy in all forms and fashion. And so that really lit me up. So I'm excited to tell you that I continue to move forward, through half of chapter 3 is a shitty first draft. I'll take it. I have learned that writing during the week is really hard. Everything else comes in and takes over. And so I'm doing some more writing on the weekends. I also have learned I need to go running before I write. Like I run, I get a bunch of ideas and energy and come and do that. And so that's where I'm at. Again, I hope that you keep telling me your ideas, your thoughts, and also I hope if you have something that you've always wanted to do, you think about doing that. And I also hope that it's okay to rest. So have a great week. I'll see you on the book documentary in 2 weeks from now. Thanks. Bye.